चल हो जा शुरू।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
It's 6 p.m. and you're watching Republic TV's Across the Republic show. I'm Deepak Suresh Kumar. This is your one-stop destination for all the stories from the length and breadth of the nation. We'll get you all those stories, but first, let's take a look at the headlines.
American Pistachio presents cracking news of the hour.
Amid high alert in Jammu and Kashmir. Kashmiri Pandit. Well, we have some latest visuals from the sidelines of the G7 summit. That's Prime Minister with the Italian counterpart there, sharing some light moments on the sidelines of the G7 summit. In fact, earlier today, the Prime Minister met Macron, Rishi Sunak, and also Zelensky. Now, it is Meloni. The Prime Minister has met the Italian Prime Minister and held talks over bilateral ties and other global issues as well. These are the live visuals that are coming in from the sidelines of the G7 summit. The Prime Minister was welcomed by the Italian Prime Minister, Meloni. That is PM Modi's Italian counterpart, welcoming him for the all-important G7 summit. These are the live pictures, viewers, that we are playing out on our screens right now from Italy, where the Prime Minister has arrived for the G7 summit. And on the sidelines of the G7 summit, the Prime Minister held various bilateral meetings with multiple global leaders from Rishi Sunak, Emmanuel Macron, and Zelensky. The Prime Minister discussed ways to bolster the strengthening of ties, bilateral ties between the nations. The top leaders also held discussions on trade, commerce, as well as strategic ties as well. Now, these are the visuals of the Italian Prime Minister welcoming PM Modi for the G7 summit. Well, there you have the Italian Prime Minister, Meloni, welcoming PM Modi for the G7 summit, the all-important grouping. And the Prime Minister has arrived. He has been welcomed by the Italian Prime Minister. These are the live visuals from Italy, where the G7 summit is all set to take place. Global leaders will be taking part. And on the sidelines, the Prime Minister held various bilateral talks as well. We have Giorgia Meloni on the screen welcoming PM Modi for the G7 summit. Well, this is the first foreign trip of the Prime Minister after taking oath for the historic third term. After scoring the Modi hat-trick, the Prime Minister's first foreign trip is the G7 summit in Italy. We have Shavan also joining us live on this broadcast. Shavan, these are some visuals from the G7 summit where we can see Italian Prime Minister welcoming PM Modi for the all-important grouping.
Well, on the sidelines of the G7, the Prime Minister has already had bilateral with UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. Along with him, he's also had a meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron. Important to point out here is that the Prime Minister essentially is meeting with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, which is also lined up. Remember, what the G7 countries essentially look at right now as far as India's partnership or the participation is concerned, is not with the fact that India could actually a balancing actor with Russia at this stage. That's why, remember, there have been attempts made by the West as far as playing a pivotal role with regards to the upcoming peace summit, which is also scheduled in the next few weeks, which you would have several other countries that would be part in.
Well, Shravan, earlier in the day, we saw the Prime Minister holding back-to-back meetings on the sidelines with Rishi Sunak, with Emmanuel Macron, as well as Zelensky. What was on agenda in the sidelines bilateral talks?
Well, in fact, right now, the consideration that they are making is whether at all there can be any outreach with Russia. Keeping in mind the peace summit, which is scheduled in the next few weeks, remember, Russia is not participating in it. There are some challenges that the G7 faces at this point in time, particularly with several regime changes that are expected in the months to come. Whether at all they would be able to bring in some truce between in Ukraine and Russia. That is one of the reasons why, remember, India is in a much better position, and the fact that they will be able to bring in the right balance. This is the reason why you have seen how the West has basically tried to lure India at this point in time. As far as what's on the agenda, remember, as part of the bilaterals on the sidelines of G7, the bilaterals that Prime Minister Modi has had so far, as well as with the United Kingdom. Now, as far as UK is concerned, remember, for UK right now, the FTA deal is of extreme importance, but keeping in mind that the elections are due right now in the United Kingdom, one does not really expect much of a headway to be made. But having said that, remember, India has always maintained, as far as the FTA deal is concerned, that as long as the Indian considerations are not compromised, till the time they do not come to a proper pact, it is very unlikely that it will pass through. But for the United Kingdom, remember, this deal is of equal importance, keeping in mind that this brings in the jobs that they require at this point in time, and the deal would not only revive the economy to a certain extent. That is the reason why, remember, UK is also in a situation where they would want this entire deal to be struck as soon as possible.
Right, Shravan, many thanks for joining us with all those details. Well, these are the visuals, viewers, of the Prime Minister being welcomed for the G7 summit. Italian Prime Minister Meloni has accorded a grand welcome for the Prime Minister for the all-important group meeting. Let's now shift our focus on Jammu and Kashmir, viewers, because even as the region remains on high alert, thousands of Kashmiri Pandits visited the holy shrine of Kher Bhavani. Republic even spoke to the community over their return and other issues. Here's a complete report from Ground Zero.
The Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir is on high alert as the security forces continue the combing operations. Last week, 3 terror attacks and infiltration bid came to light in Jammu's Riyasi, Kathua and Doda. Amid the terror alert, thousands of Kashmiri Pandits visited the Kher Bhavani Mela in the Kashmir Valley amid tight security arrangements.
The Hindus and the Muslims, Kashmiri Pandits here being the part of the annual festival of Mata Kher Bhavani. The puja was performed a while back, but we seeing the large number of people, large crowd here who had come from different parts of the country, particularly Kashmiri Pandits, to be part of this festival today. Most of them prayed for the peace and prosperity, communal harmony can be seen. In fact, some of the political leaders also visited to pay their respect. One of them was Dr. Farooq Abdullah, who said he prayed for the return of Kashmiri Pandits. He believed that communal harmony needs to be kept alive, and seeing these scenes, it tells you the bond between Kashmiri Muslims and Kashmiri Pandits. Overall, we see also the stringent security arrangements on ground, because recently there had been a target attacks in Jammu region where Riyasi, Kathua as well as the Doda has recently witnessed, and we have also seen the trend of the Pakistani terrorists targeting the pilgrims. So in order to avoid the incident, we are seeing the Kashmir police made stringent arrangements of the security. Some 5-kilometer area is under radar. We are seeing the monitoring, the ground monitoring, and also the aerial monitoring is being done by the Jammu and Kashmir police. All those who are entering this temple, they have to go a particular screening. In fact, the items that are being used for the puja too have to go through a screening. So we are seeing a picture of communal harmony coming from the temple of Mata Kheer Bhavani.
The politicians of Jammu and Kashmir also spoke about the significance of the holy shrine and also prayed for the return of Kashmiri Pandit minority to the valley.
रवीना रैना जी, आज माता खीर भवानी का दिन है, तो क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
देश और दुनिया के अलग अलग कोनों से कश्मीरी पंडित समाज के भाई बहन, नौजवान, बच्चे, बुजुर्ग ज्येष्ठा अष्टमी के इस पवित्र दिन आज कश्मीर घाटी के माँ खीर भवानी मंदिर में पहुंच रहे हैं। एक ज़बरदस्त मेला, एक ज़बरदस्त पूजा अर्चना बड़े श्रद्धा भाव से होता है ज्येष्ठा अष्टमी के दिन। दुनिया भर के अंदर रहने वाले जो कश्मीरी पंडित हैं वो इस दिन को बहुत श्रद्धा भाव से मनाते हैं। और मैं देख रहा हूँ यहाँ हिंदू, मुसलमान, सिख, यहाँ कश्मीरी मुसलमान हमारे भाई बहन कितने श्रद्धा भाव से इस दिन को मना रहे हैं।
सबसे अच्छी बात यह है कि हमारे भाई बहन यहाँ तशरीफ लाए हैं और यहाँ मांग रहे हैं। एक तो उनके लिए भी वो प्रभु उनको सलामत रखे और चाहते हैं कि घर वापस आएं और यहाँ बसें। और हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि वो आएगा दिन जल्दी जब भी अपने घर आएंगे और अमन से हम सबके साथ रहेंगे। यही चीज़ है जो भाईचारा ज़रूरी है। हिंदू, मुस्लिम, सिख इत्तेहाद ज़रूरी है और यहाँ से ही चलेगा और सारे भारत में ये फैलेगा।
Republic TV spoke to the members of the Kashmiri Pandit community. Some said serious initiative should be taken for the community's return, while some said that their plight has been ignored despite living here for generations.
I'm joined by some of the Kashmiri Pandits who had come from different parts of the country. आप बताइए सर कि कश्मीरी पंडित्स का रिटर्न जो है वो एक बड़ा मुद्दा है, रिटर्न ऑफ कश्मीरी पंडित्स, तो इस पे आप लोग क्या कहना चाहिए?
मैं मैडम पिछले 32 साल से इस रिटर्न एंड रिहेबिलिटेशन के लिए, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, आई हैव कंटेस्टेड इलेक्शन इन असेंबली and I went to file nomination for parliamentary election. My idea for bringing people who are living outside Jammu Kashmir, I brought 3 buses. People who are exiled in Faridabad, Gurgaon, Noida, who have been staying in Pulwama, Vandhama migrant KP camp. Our objective is to work for the rehabilitation and return of Kashmiri Pandits.
सर, क्या आपको लगता है कि क्या वो जो डर का माहौल है क्या वो खत्म हो गया? कश्मीरी पंडित्स को क्या वापस आना चाहिए?
आना तो चाहिए, लेकिन ये तभी मुमकिन है जब यहाँ की मेजॉरिटी पॉपुलेशन है वो इनिशिएटिव ले, जो खासकर यहाँ के रिलीजियस लीडर्स वो इनिशिएटिव ले, आम आदमी इनिशिएटिव ले, तब मुमकिन हो सकता है कि उनका रिटर्न हो सकता है।
तो आपको लगता है कि हालात में कुछ चेंज हुआ है?
हालात तो बहुत चेंज हो गए हैं। आज आप देख नहीं रही है, हज़ारों की तादाद में यहाँ पे लोग आ चुके हैं, वो देख रहे हैं, अटेंड कर रहे हैं। कोई डर नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है, अच्छी तरह से, बहुत अच्छा है और हर जगह है। ये खाली यहाँ नहीं है, पूरे कश्मीर में हालात चेंज हो चुके हैं।
A lot has changed in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir since the abrogation of Article 370, but a lot needs to be done in Naya Kashmir. The big question is, when will Pakistan's terror menace be stopped once and for all?
Well, viewers, while that was the story of Jammu and Kashmir, let's talk about what's happening in Kolkata, because a major fire broke out at Acropolis Mall and it sparked panic and commotion as well. And in fact, a dozen fire tenders were also rushed to the spot to douse the flames. Fortunately, everybody were evacuated safely and the fire began at the food court. Here's a complete report on that story.
Thick black smoke engulfed at the 5th floor of the Acropolis Mall in Kolkata. These are the visuals of the dramatic operations from the spot. The fire incident caused panic in the area and heavy security was deployed. 19 fire tenders rushed to the spot and conducted fire dousing operations in the mall. As firefighters raced against time to douse the blaze, the safe evacuation of the entrapped was paramount.
There's a lot of property damage happened inside because of that bookstore and also in some restaurant and other shops which was situated inside this shopping complex. And right now the black smoke which was coming out continuously from the inside is now all we can see that it's getting dozed above, and because of these glass doors which was broken by those firefighting officials using high-mast ladders in this site, the smoke which was stored inside is now getting out, and we believe, as per the fire minister, we believe there is no possibility for another fire incident in that spot.
According to the sources, the blaze occurred in the mall's food court at 12:15 p.m. today, and the people inside the mall were safely evacuated. Notably, this is the second fire incident that has come to light this week in Kolkata. On Tuesday, a massive fire had broken out at an eatery in Kolkata's Park Street area.
Well, it's time for a quick break, viewers, but on the other side is India's #1 talking point. The uproar over NEET scam 2024 continues to peak, and now, in fact, Republic TV investigation team has also uncovered a clinching proof of paper leak mafia. We'll get you all that and more, but after a quick break, don't go anywhere. Welcome back, viewers. It's been over a week since the NEET UG 2024 results were announced, but the anger across India continues to mount because 23 lakh students are now up in arms against the NTA because their future now hangs in the balance. In fact, the Supreme Court has also issued a notice to the National Testing Agency asking it to respond to a petition demanding a CBI inquiry. In fact, even Republic's investigation team has also uncovered a clincher of proof of the alleged paper leak. In fact, we'll get you all this and more in this report.
A day after the National Testing Agency was forced to withdraw the grace marks given to 1,500 plus candidates and announced a retest for them, the announcement has brought little relief to the protesting students. From Bihar to Gujarat, there are allegations of a paper leak and 5 have been arrested into the matter from Gujarat. The main accused, Tushar Bhatt and Parshuram Roy, have been arrested. Roy was allegedly paid money by parents of some students for medical admission. The mobile phones and other electronic devices of the accused have been seized and sent to the FSL. The NEET candidates are demanding a proper investigation into the matter.
आप पिटिशनर भी हैं और आज आप कोर्ट में मौजूद रहे। क्या आपकी पिटिशन में था, क्या कुछ आपने मुख्य रूप से कहा है, कोर्ट से क्या मांग रखी है?
मैं मांग 2 रखी थी। एक तो ग्रेस मार्क्स के रिगार्डिंग जो कि कल एनटीए ने डिक्लेयर कर दिया था, दूसरा रीनीट के ऊपर एक मांग रखी थी और जो कि आज सब एक साथ करके 8 जुलाई को कह दिया कि 8 जुलाई को हम ओपन करेंगे।
तो इससे आप सेटिस्फाई हैं, संतुष्ट हैं?
नहीं मैम, मैं चाहता था कि आज कुछ तो निष्कर्ष निकलता कि रीनीट या कुछ भी रिगार्डिंग की हम करते। पर
आपके कितने मार्क्स हैं?
643।
What is unfortunate to see that the people, and especially the NEET students and aspirants, have been losing the faith in the medical system. Some of the students today met the education minister, who assured them of justice.
क्या कुछ बातचीत हुई है और क्या आश्वासन उन्होंने दिया है? ज्ञापन लेके गए थे आप?
हमने सर से कहा कि सर आप सिर्फ 1663 बच्चों को ही 1563 बच्चों को ही देख रहे हैं, आप जो है जो पेपर लीक हुआ उस पर एक्शन बिल्कुल नहीं ले रहे। तो उन्होंने कहा हाँ, जो हमसे गलतियां हैं उस चीज़ को हम सुधारेंगे, और जो पेपर लीक हुआ है हाँ वो उनको पता भी है कि हाँ बिहार में और गोधरा में पेपर लीक हुआ है, तो उन चीज़ों पर भी एक्शन लिया जाएगा और सख्त से सख्त एनटीए के खिलाफ कार्रवाई करवाएंगे हम लोग।
पेपर लीक को लेकर तो बात हुई, लेकिन जो मुद्दा सबसे ज़्यादा गरमाया हुआ है, जो 67 स्टूडेंट को 720 मार्क्स आए हैं, क्या इसे लेकर के कोई बातचीत हुई?
हाँ, उन्होंने कहा कि एक सेंटर से 720 में 720 मार्क ग्रेस के थ्रू दिया गया है, ये गलत चीज़ें हैं और इन चीज़ों पे हम एक्शन लेंगे। लेकिन अभी रीनीट की कोई बात नहीं करी है। उन्होंने कहा रीनीट का तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट में केस है।
But the big questions are, who is responsible for this? And will the affected students and aspirants get justice?
Well, that's all we could pack for you in this edition of Across the Republic. Up next is live and breaking news updates with my colleague Suesha Sawant. Stay tuned.